In what ways does your media product use, develop, or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? For narrative conventions, I have tried to implement Todorow's theory, which has 5 stages. These 5 stages are equilibrium, disequilibrium, recognition of disequilibrium, attempt to repair, and a new equilibrium. In my trailer, I believe that I have used equilibrium, disequilibrium, recognition of disequilibrium, and attempt to repair. The conventional start to social realism trailers is to start off with the equilibrium stage, as this is seen in trailers such as Shifty and Ill Manners and many other social realism film trailers. In my trailer, the part of the equilibrium part is where Nick, the main character, is walking to college and chills out with his mate. At this point, there is a voiceover saying, "College life can be tough for a teenage boy. Unexpected things can happen." This connotes to the audience that some teenage boys find college tough and it's unpredictable. Conventionally, after the equilibrium part has occurred, there is a disequilibrium part, as it's seen in Shifty, Ill Manners, and Shank. In my trailer, the disequilibrium part is where the teacher is talking to Nick about his grades, and the teacher is telling him that his grades are well below his predicted ones.
Well below your predicted grades, you need to get your head down.
The teacher tells him to get his head down, however Nick decides in the next part he doesn't want to, as the voiceover connotes when he walks out the door, and he wants to become a gang leader. Anyone can become a gang leader. The next part is where Nick is on the phone to his mate and says,
"Yo, we need to meet up ASAP."
In my trailer, I have also slightly challenged Todorov's theory, as there is another part of the equilibrium stage, as Nick has now created the gang and they deal drugs and make money. This is also done in the trailer Shifty, where Shifty, the main character, is dealing drugs, and in my trailer Nick is dealing drugs with Jay. Straight after this is a short disequilibrium where the police are chasing Nick. This is a convention because in Shifty is the main character and he gets chased by the police. At this point, Nick recognizes that he needs to stay away from the cops. This is the recognition of disequilibrium stage. Next part is where Nick is meeting up with Hamza, who hacks the CCTV of the shop, so no evidence is left behind. The audience realizes this by the voiceover. No evidence should be left. Nick also says,
"Make sure you hack the CCTV tonight."
This is a connotation to the audience, as they now know that this is the way of staying away from the cops. This part of the trailer I have challenged as in social realism film trailers, which I have found do not include the main character telling one of his gang members to do something, such as hacking the CCTV. The main disequilibrium of my film trailer is where the phone rings and it's Jay. Here I have followed the convention of social realism trailers such as Shifty, where the antagonist is on the phone and talks about Shifty, the main character. The audience can also tell this is another part of disequilibrium, as the voiceover is, "Good things don't last forever." This is a connotation of things that aren't running smooth for Nick and his gang. From this point onwards, Jay is demanding drugs, as he is asking when he is going to get his drugs. Nick then tells him straight up that his demand is too high. Then Jay is intimidating Nick with a baseball bat. The stage of the disequilibrium is conventional because it is seen in Shifty, when Shifty is in trouble supplying gear and there is a fight scene.
There's none left. I know you're carrying, don't try and mug me off. Oh, just leave it.
Conventionally, in social realism film trailers, there is an attempt to repair stage at the end of the trailer. In trailers such as Shifty, this is seen where Shifty is saying,
"If I don't get that bag, I'm a dead man."
We should just go.
Kidulthood, where one of the characters is holding the baseball bat in someone's face. Here I have used this convention where Jay is intimidating Nick with the drugs.
Where's my drugs?
Yo, you get it, man.
Nick calls his gang and says,
Show Jay who's boss.
the voiceover reinforces that Nick is going to sort Jay out. To be sorted out. Tough decisions have to be made. Gun connotes to the audience that Jay is about to be killed. Again, Nick is on the phone and the trailer ends on,
Yo, let's get this done.
I believe that my trailer uses narrative conventions for the genre social realism because it uses Todorov's theory. So does social realism films such as Kidulthood, Shifty, and many other social realism films. Genre conventions. At the start of the project, I made sure that I undertook some research on the genre social realism. The reason for this is so that I have a solid understanding of the conventions of the genre, such as the props, characters, plots, and themes. For this, I analysed trailers such as Kidulthood and Shifty. I also had a look at other social realism trailers, such as Shank and Ill Manners. I have used the convention of weapons such as the use of gun and a baseball bat. Weapons are used to intimidate someone or used as protection. In social realism films such as Kidulthood, Shifty and Ill Manners, and many other social realism films, the use of weapons is a convention. In my trailer, I have used the gun to intimidate the shopkeeper. In the trailer Sket, the shop robbery is similar to mine as the girl approaches the shopkeeper. She grabs the money from the till and a close-up is used. In my trailer, the money is placed on top, which there is a close-up of the money, and Riz takes the money. In the Kidulthood trailer, the shopkeeper tries to stop the boy from stealing, but this doesn't work as the teenage boy is seen stronger and more dominant. Therefore, the shop robbery in my trailer, I have developed the convention because different social realism films include shop robbery in different forms. For example, either the characters intimidate the shopkeeper, or the shopkeeper is trying to fight back, as this is seen in Kidulthood. I have used the convention of what the characters wear. The stereotypical clothing for teenagers in social realism films are hoodies, jackets, and jeans. I have followed the convention of this type of clothing as in my trailer the characters are wearing these types of clothing. It is also seen in social realism films such as Kidulthood, Shank, and many other films. Representation conventions. In my trailer, the people that are represented are teenagers aged 17 to 18. These male teenagers have a stereotype of being aggressive and dominant. In real media products such as Kidulthood, Adulthood, and Shank, young males are used to show that they are powerful, rebellious, and out of control. I have used these conventions in my trailer as there is a gang which are powerful and also was the drug receiver Jay, as he is powerful and in demand of drugs.
Where's my drugs?
Yo, you get it, man.
Another convention which I followed is the setting of the film. Conventionally, social realism films are set in a city as seen in Kidulthood, Shifty, Shank, and many of the social realism films. We know this from many of the establishing shots which feature in the trailer. I have followed conventions of crime events such as robbery and drug dealing. These are conventional crime events which occur in social realism films such as Kidulthood and Shifty. Also, police are involved at some stage. I have tried to incorporate this convention of the police chasing Nick in my trailer. The use of the police is conventional, as it's seen in many social realism films such as Ill Manners, Bullet Boy, and Shifty. Also, police are associated with crime events which they try and stop across the city. This also makes it a convention. In social realism films, there is also a person who demands drugs, which can be seen as the antagonist of the film. This is what I have done in my trailer, as Jay is the drug receiver and also the antagonist. This type of person is also seen in Shifty and other social realism films. Cinematography conventions. When analysing social realism film trailers, I noticed that it was conventional to include an establishing shot. Most of the establishing shots are seen in Kidulthood, Shifty, Ill Manners, Adulthood, and Fish Tank are shots of where the film is set. In my trailer, the establishing shot is the time-lapse which is taken in the city. The purpose of the time-lapse shows time passing by and connotes to the audience that the film is set in an urban area. Therefore, I have used this convention of the establishing shot, which is used for social realism film trailers. Another cinematography convention which I have found is the wide range of shot types, which are used in social realism film trailers such as Kidulthood, Shifty, Ill Manners, and Shank. For example, a mixture of extreme close-up, low-angle medium shots, handheld shots, and wide shots. The most conventional shot used for social realism film trailers are a medium low-angle shot. The reason for this is that it shows the characters as powerful and dominant. In my trailer, I also used quite a few low-angle medium shots, especially when the main character Nick was on the screen as he is the main character. I also used a couple of wide shots when there are two people in the scene. I have also used a handheld shot for when Nick is being chased by the police. This shot type is also used in the trailer Shifty, where the two characters are negotiating with someone and then the unmarked police car arrives and they are being chased on foot and a handheld camera is used. The purpose of the handheld shot is to create an action, and it's from a point of view from the police officer. I have used these conventional camera shots to make the trailer more dramatic and its use to genre. Sound. For my trailer I have used a fast-paced urban soundtrack. I have used a convention of this type of soundtrack in my trailer because this type of music is used in trailers such as Killer Hood Shank, Ill Manners and Shifty. The fast-paced soundtrack builds up the speed of the trailer and the audience will be more interested in watching the trailer as this keeps their attention. When the speed of the soundtrack builds up, this shows the dramatic part of the film, such as fight scenes or chases. Editing. Social realism film trailers conventionally use a lot of fast-paced cuts. This makes the trailer dramatic and suits the genre well. I have also used this conventional editing for my trailer. At the start of the trailer, conventionally long takes are used for the equilibrium stage. These long takes are seen in social realism trailers such as Shifty and Ill Manners. I have used fast-paced cuts at the end of the trailer when the tension builds up between Nick and Jay. Typography and caption conventions. I have followed the convention of the use of captions which are used in film trailers to allow the audience to understand important parts of the film. In the Adulthood trailer, most of the captions are at the start of the trailer, as this sets the story from the Adulthood film. I have also used captions near the start of the trailer. The other convention is the use of film review quotes in social realism film trailers. The purpose of the quotes is to allow the audience to see what professional film reviewers thought about the film. This is seen in social realism films such as Shifty and Ill Manners. Therefore, I have followed this convention of the use of quotes. The typography that I have used was sans serif font, as this stands out and the font is eye-catching and can be seen clearly. In social realism film trailers such as Shank, Adulthood, and Shifty, this type of typography is used, making it a convention. Overall, I have used and challenged some conventions of social realism films such as weapons, location and camera shots to make my trailer fit into the genre social realism.